Well, hello, and welcome to the Points of Interest podcast. This is the most generic podcast on the internet. My name is Josh Hawks. I am the 303 Ninja. And right over there, he is my podcasting partner for life. He is the other guy. It's Mr. Francis Fernandez.
I'm over here.
He is over there. You are right over there. It is one of my most fun things to say when people are like, "Hey, Josh," I'm like, "I'm over here." Like, I'm looking at you. Like, I just want you to know I'm over here.
Yeah, that used to be your line for back when we were interesting. I'd be, and right over there is Mr. Josh Hawks, and you say, "I'm here.
I'm right over here. You know, well, because in podcast land, it makes absolutely no sense.
Well, we did it. Hey, Ginger, how's it going? We did that one via Skype or whatever. I forget what we were using to
It was
talk.
probably Skype.
And, yeah. And, we would just look at each other and talk.
Right.
Because before then, I think we used to just, like when we did podcasts before, back when we were interesting, I think we just never put a camera on. We'd just talk into a mic.
Mm-hmm.
So we could do whatever the hell we want. You'd be naked and be perfectly fine.
I mean, I am from the shirt down.
From the shirt down, right? In honor of National Boyfriend Day, you are naked from the waist down.
Exactly.
As is tradition.
Yeah. I wonder what other traditions there are that I'm not getting to take advantage of.
I don't know. I think National Boyfriend Day is you get to be spoiled because women will have Valentine's Day and anniversaries and birthdays. I mean, I feel like there's a lot more opportunity.
National Girlfriend Day.
I don't. You know what? That's the question. I'm gonna look real quick.
I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is.
No, someone's gonna say.
In fact,
every
no.
day is National Girlfriend Day.
Okay, that is probably the more correct answer, Francis. But yeah, I do. I'm pretty damn sure there is because I remember sending my lady person, a pretty sappy ass message, and I was like, I know you're not into the sappiness stuff, but you have to deal with it every once in a while. So here's some sap.
It's August 1st, so it was a couple months ago.
Maybe I missed it.
I'm sure Twitter was happy to announce that it was National Girlfriend Day, and I'm certain the continued growing number of single people were like, "Oh, I wish I had a girlfriend, or I wish I was a girl." The usual kind of boohoo-ness that you get on days like today.
Oh, sure.
I'm certain there's a lot of that going on the internet. As is tradition. Yeah, as we continue our long road of tradition of complaining online. And look, I get it. Like, I don't blame them, but I just think it's funny. It's like, well, there's one thing the internet was made for, and that was to complain about something, anything, all things. So,
that is...
There you go.
That is truth. I mean, let's complain about things that haven't even happened yet.
I mean, people are doing it about movies and TV shows, and I mean, they're upping the price for Netflix again, which is like, oh my God, you just did it like 6 months ago, and you're upping it again.
I mean, we were talking before we hit record about the new Pixel 8. It's getting officially announced or released. I think pre-sales start tomorrow as we record.
Okay.
So there's the Google I/O event, I believe is what they call it. So they're going to officially announce the Google 8 and I guess the new Pixel Watch, I think is what they call it.
Well, what I want them to do, which they haven't done in years, is bring back the official Google tablet, where it's just clean Android, nothing attached to it, no like little gimmicky stuff on it. It's just an Android tablet. I would get one.
I want one. I have two Asus Google tablets. No UI on it. It's just Android, just a plain ordinary Android UI. Problem is that they haven't been upgraded, I think, since ice cream sandwich.
Oh my God! Oh, I forgot that's what they named their OSs after food. They got to be out by now, right?
Android 14 is getting ready to drop, and it's just like all the fun is out of the whole thing.
Oh, they're just numbers. Oh, they're just numbers.
Yeah,
now?
as of I believe 10, they dropped. I got like a fucking fly in my room.
I noticed.
As of like 10, I think they dropped the whole let's have fun name things associated with our
that
OSs.
Sucks. Oh, that sucks. I like Oreo and Kit Kat and Marshmallow and all that stuff. Like, man, that was fun. But I guess once you hit a certain number, you're like, well, once you hit Google 27, Android 27, you're done.
Right. So Android 1.0. Then we went to 1.5 Cupcake.
Ah, there you go.
Wait. Sorry, I skipped 1.1. Android 1.1, 1.5 Cupcake.
So we didn't do A or B. You just went straight to Cupcake.
Then we go. Sorry, there's some things on the microphone now. 1.6 Donut.
Yes, Donut. Yeah.
2.0 Eclair. I believe that's when I jumped on, was around Eclair, I believe. Then we had Froyo.
Ooh, I'm gonna order dessert right now. I'm just gonna have while we're doing the show. I'm just gonna have DoorDash send me some dessert because that sounds delicious. Yeah.
2.3 Gingerbread.
Oh, gingerbread.
There's gingerbread again. 3.0 Honeycomb. There's a bunch of honeycombs. Hang on. Ice cream sandwich was 4.
Mm-hmm.
Can't go wrong with an ice cream sandwich.
No.
Jelly bean.
Jelly bean. Yeah, I remember Jelly bean. Yeah.
This is the worst website I could have picked. Kit Kat. Yep. Mm-hmm. Hopefully you found a better website than I found.
Then no, I haven't.
Okay.
Then I think it was I'm just doing it off of memory. Isn't it
Lollipop?
Oh, Lollipop. Okay.
No.
That's
6.
It. And they didn't do anything, right?
No. 6 is Marshmallow.
Oh, that's Marshmallow, right?
Yeah. 7 is Nougat.
Yes, right, Nougat.
8 Oreo.
Ooh, Oreo.
Can't go wrong with an Oreo. 9 Pie.
Yes, Pie, right.
Android 10.
Oh, at 10. They're like, forget it, we're done.
Yeah.
We hit Pie, now we're 10.
Yeah, what? Because
they were...
Pie just goes on forever then?
Well, I'm guessing
math
it's
joke.
Because... That was really good. That was really good.
Thank you.
That was very accurate to... Yeah, wow, nerd.
Thank you.
But anyway, so yeah, I guess Anyway, today is National Boyfriend Day. We don't do it. I guess nothing happens for you. I'm pretty sure most boyfriends don't get anything on National Boyfriend Day,
Right.
which is why we need to do what the Japanese do and celebrate White Day on March 14th.
October 3rd has some sort of pop culture significance, I've noticed. I don't know.
Oh, for Mean Girls.
Yes. But I don't understand.
Yeah, okay,
I've never seen the movie, so somebody was like trying to explain it to me, and about the third sentence in, I was like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
It's just Lindsay Lohan's character is crushing on a guy, and on this day, it was the day that she finally asked him what day it was, and it was October 3rd. Just like Miss Congeniality, it's like every April or something. It's like it was like an answer to a pageant question. What's the best day or whatever? It's like it's August or April something because it's not too hot, it's not too cold, stuff like that or whatever. It's a really dumb. It's a really
Sure.
We are like starved for anything because we just celebrate like random things. Like why do we care that it was mentioned? A date was mentioned on Mean Girls. I'm certain there's other movies that have mentioned dates and we don't talk about them.
I mean, we always wear pink on Wednesdays.
Is there a day where you're supposed to wear pink? Really? For like what? Clueless or something?
Is that some movie? I don't know. It's Wednesday or Friday or one of the days of the week
right after Labor Day.
Dude, white and pink aren't the same color, man.
No.
No. But yeah, I saw somebody wearing white pants the other day.
Oh yeah. Hey. Okay. Great. I'm glad you asked. Or you said that. Do you know what white pants mean?
No. Okay. It's gonna be something sexual, isn't it?
Well, so I'm listening to an old morning show that has been around for decades, and I'm on their 2008 episodes.
Oh, Jesus.
And it's so funny you mentioned white pants because they're kind of into this apparently it's scientifically proven, and they keep telling their audience this, and they made up a whole song and everything that white pants indicates that you like it up the butt. So if you wear white pants, you invite anal. And that was that, and it's science. They refute. Listeners would call in and be like, my girlfriend wears white pants. It's amazing. It's like, it's some of the funniest. Then the song about it. It was really. I really love that you mentioned it because that's all they're talking about right now on this morning show. I'm like, oh my god, yeah, white pants.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say.
I just say it's science. That's
okay.
all. That's all I have to say.
Well, speaking of science,
yes.
Francis, there's a interesting group of people out there that make up their own science.
Oh God! Oh no! Who are we going to anger today?
I hope we do. Then we'd get some feedback. But the crystal people, not so much the ones that I mean, yeah, sometimes. Well, they have to get them from somewhere. So I was gonna say not so much the people at the crystal shows, but sometimes they are the people at the crystal shows. But as an example, you were like, what is he talking about? I used to run a dispensary, and we used to have a customer that would come in. And this customer would ask to have us display X number of edibles that were all similar and lay them out in front of her. And every time at first, because I have the security mind always, like, I don't want to have too much product out. What if you decide to just grab it all, But this person would reach into their purse and pull out a whole bunch of different crystals, but then hold one that was on a string over each edible. And as I've told you a few times, Francis, I really don't get embarrassed for myself. Right? I do stupid shit. I'm just like, whatever, just eat it. It happened. Right? But I get embarrassed for other people.
Yeah. Same.
So when I'm in a store and I see this person in front of me with their crystal on a string and their crystals like a crystal audience, a crystal and rock audience to the crystal that's hanging from the gantry of fingers, like a fucking someone just got hung or something. People are like looking around going, what is going on? I'm getting embarrassed for this person that is hovering their crystals. And one time I was just like, excuse me, but what the fuck are you doing? Well, it wasn't that. It was more professional, but it was a what the fuck question without saying what the fuck. And they're like, the crystals will tell me which edible I need. And I was
I totally thought it was cleansing. Okay.
I was like, right on. In this instance, I wasn't the one helping the customer. So I was just like, cool. Glad I don't have to stick around for the end of that conversation. I'm just going to walk away. Yeah. But yeah, crystal people are kind of weird. I mean, when you go to the crystal show, the Crystal and Rock show, it's your, your local, you know, flea market type of place. Those people are a little weird too, because like I saw one person walk up to another person that was selling rocks and crystals. They're like, they looked at them. They're like, "Huh, these are really nice. How much per gram?" That's a good price.
They sell crystals per gram?
Well, everything that's cool comes in grams.
It comes in grams. Excuse me. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Right. And you go, oh, that's a really good price. Are any of these facet quality? No? Well, then I'm not interested. And I'm just like, look at the size of these, like, chips, like fingernail size things. You actually asked this person if he had facet sized, things. Look at, you're weird. It's like a tub. It's like a fucking Tupperware tub of like chips of rocks that are all uniform size. And you ask somebody if you have facet quality, rocks. It's like, what? Look at what you're looking at. The chances of there being a facet-sized rock is looking kind of slim. I don't know. It's weird listening to the dealings of rocks.
Well, again, it's really popular. It is, I feel it is the continuation. It was the evolution of fortune telling, right? Palm reading, crystal balls. Fewer and fewer people are doing that, but what they are going to are crystals. It's very earthy. It's very, homeopathic, whatever. It's like they think that crystals can cure you and heal you. If you put them over your head or something, like it clears your aura, your karma or something, right? Like
that'd be sweet. There's a lot if it cleared your karma, dude. I'd have a karma clearing fucking crystal. I'd be doing some crime all the time.
Crystals are powerful, man. Like, I've been around. I dated a Wiccan like in my younger years, and she,
what's her name? Willow.
No.
Did you make her dress up like Dark Willow?
No, I mean I think this was during Buffy era, but no, sadly I didn't. But they believed, they did spells and they did witchcraft, and they would have crystals, right, to help them figure out how to do certain things, or if they needed to get out bad juju. Like, I have a crystal that can do all that work. So I'm mildly familiar with crystals.
Francis, we have a friend that does the exact same thing, but with essential oils.
What? Yeah, oils. Never. Only time I ever dealt with anything oily is like at a buddy of mine who liked to give.
Wait, never mind.
Massages. Yeah, well, no. Well, yeah, I guess it does get giggity at the end.
Yeah, sure.
But like, he was like, yeah. I know how to give massages. I'm like, great. I don't. And everyone knew this. We were the best of friends, and everyone knew this. And this girl that I was really into, one day was just like, you need to give me a massage. Just do it. And I'm like, I suck at this, right? She's like, I don't care. I want to see it. Just do it for me. And I'm an idiot because I didn't know. I'm pretty sure I was supposed to do other stuff. Like, it was supposed to lead from one thing to another.
Oh yeah.
But I just gave her a topless massage, and I'm like, and I did nothing with it. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure you wanted me to do something with this.
Oh yeah.
Instead, I just did a massage with oils, and all I could think about was like, this is gross. It's so sticky, or it's not sticky. It's like it's so slick and weird, and so, and you have to warm the oils up and everything. So it's like warm and slick and kind of sticky. And it's just a really weird sensation. So I wasn't into it at all, despite the fact that my clearest memory is me straddling her butt while I'm massaging her naked back. And like, this is obviously supposed to go somewhere, and I did nothing with it because I'm a moron. But,
I mean, that's okay, man.
Live and learn.
There'll be other half naked massages that you can,
from your lips, man, to God's ears. 'Cause I'm ready to go.
No, that's kind of fun.
Especially on National Boyfriend's Day.
Especially.
Yeah.
I had a buddy of mine that had a Wiccan wedding, and it didn't work out very well for him. And they ended up splitting up, and the rest of the friends group at the time broke this dude's balls for I think a couple of years. The best
for having a Wiccan wedding.
So,
or for
did you have to have a Wiccan divorce?
Did he have to have a Wiccan divorce?
Did like a warlock have to come in and 50-50 your guy's shit with spells or something?
Please say he did. Please tell me he had to get like a shaman to like reverse the because I'm pretty sure the Wiccan weddings are the ones where they wrap like a cloth around your arms. It's like, you are now bound together and blah blah blah.
I don't know. It's something about like you cut your wrists and then you put your wrists together that are bleeding and they put a scarf around it or something, and then somebody goes hocus pocus and
hocus pocus, you're married.
There's a fucking chick in the corner dressed in green going, I'm melting.
Oh, the Wicked Witch just dying on the sidelines.
There's another lady that shows up with glass slippers and I'm trying to think of, and then
Cinderella's not a witch though, so that doesn't quite work.
That Maleficent chick shows up, and then witches, and then Bette Midler shows up, and Cher, and the chick in Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah. Oh God, I forget who she is, but yeah. Saying Landslide. I know who she is. I know her.
Yeah, like they all show up magically, and Bette Midler shows up, and witches, like, and Sabrina.
I love that.
Melissa Joan Hart. Every time a Wiccan wedding happens, Melissa Joan Hart gets a dividend of some sort.
Well, no, there's a new Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
No, there's not.
They had on like Netflix.
No, there's not.
So yeah,
just like there isn't a Buffy movie.
No, you can't. No, wait. You can't. It'd be different if the Buffy movie happened after the TV series, but it came before, and you kind of it had Pee Wee Herman as.
It's like that's its only. That's its only.
It had Luke Perry in it as well.
I'm not saying that it had an ensemble cast. That Donald Sutherland, the Pee Wee, the guy you said 90210 was in it.
Luke Perry,
yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, Christy Swanson was in it, but whatever.
She was Buffy. Yeah. Why do you say whatever to Buffy? She's Buffy.
Is she? No.
Okay, yeah. Right.
She is not Buffy. The other chick.
Sarah Jessica.
Yeah.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah. Sarah Jessica. Oh my God.
That's Sarah Jessica. No.
That would have ruined.
No, we were talking about Seabiscuit. Sorry.
Oh Jesus Christ! Shots fired.
There was a website called Sarah Jessica Parker looks like a horse, and there's a whole website.
They did it on South Park as well. Because was it? I think they didn't animate her. They didn't do her any justice. Mm-hmm. I can't remember. There was some. I think she just smiled. All she could do was smile. And not Matthew McConaughey. Who's she married to?
Oh, I know. No, Matthew Broderick.
Matthew Broderick was also there and animated funnily. I don't remember what they did to her though. I think all she did was smile, just big shit-eating grin smile.
All I know is that yeah. I think she was only ever I actually found her attractive in Hocus Pocus, but that was it. I think that was the only time I ever found her. But yeah,
Yeah.
the website still exists, by the way. If you look up Sarah Jessica Parker looks like a horse.com, the website is still it's old. It hasn't been updated since like 2014 or something like that, but it does exist.
It's running on some old JavaScript.
I think it is actually. I think it's just I think it's not just it's old. Yeah, it has like what do you call it, a MIDI file playing in the background, and it has the under construction animated GIF.
I miss the old internet.
Yeah, 1.0 internet 1.0.
Yeah,
I missed that too.
Yeah, downloading porn at 56K.
Oh yeah, line by line.
Like, yeah,
porn was like
sometimes you didn't have to download the entire picture because you finished before it was done.
Right, it's like halfway done. It's like okay, thank God.
Like, you're like, well, I'm bored.
3 tabs. Yeah, it's a whole browser. You had Netflix Navigator or Netscape Netscape Navigator.
Netscape Navigator. That was my shit right there. I don't know why.
Just had it,
but that was my shit.
Because it was the first it was the first internet browser.
Okay, well there you go.
Yeah.
That's how old I am.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell we were talking about. Crystal people are weird, and then I started talking about Bette Midler and Wiccan divorces.
You're talking about a Wiccan wedding.
That's right. He got the Wiccan divorce and
the Wiccan divorce.
Yeah. I wonder what ever happened to that guy. I wonder if he ever got Wiccan exiled or something.
I'm really curious actually if Wiccans are still a thing, because Wiccans were big. Paganism was big like in the late 90s, early 2000s, but I don't know if that's still a thing anymore. I don't know if people care.
I don't know. There's a I can say there's a lady I used to work with, who anytime any holiday got brought up, I think Halloween included. Oh, that's a pagan thing, man.
It is.
It's just like, that's cool. No one fucking
Christmas
asked.
is pagan. Yeah, Christmas is pagan. Halloween is pagan.
Right.
I think even Easter is pagan. So yeah, there's a lot of pagan holidays that got adopted by Christianity.
And it's just because she wanted to make sure everybody knew that she was Wiccan and down with crystals and probably. And it went out of everybody's way to, out of her way to make sure everybody knew that, well, that's a pagan thing. What religion are you? Well, that's a pagan holiday. It's like,
there's a lot of pagan holidays. Yeah. And a lot of them require you to be like naked around a campfire.
Hey, I mean, if you're going to be naked anywhere in the forest, around a campfire is the way to be.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, you don't want to get too close, but, naked fire dancing is pretty cool.
I think The Crucible is the book that's all about, like, witches.
I
forget. I think that's the
there might be witches in this religion. I don't know. There might be aliens, but you remember our buddy Gabe when we were at fucking San Diego that one year, and the Scientology motherfuckers were right next door to him?
Oh, right. Yeah.
And not only did they have, they had their books, and they had their, high-ranking warlocks.
It's acts of Dianetics.
Yeah, whatever. But then they made that movie or something, right? Did they make it? Wasn't there
Battlefield Earth?
Yeah. So they had Battlefield. See, and that's what I'm saying, is that they had the Battlefield Earth people out in costume, right? Cosplay and whatnot. And that's what would bring people in, because I remember that movie. And then they'd be like, oh yeah? Do you remember damn it, I fucked up the joke. L. Ron Hubbard. And they go into the whole spiel about the thing. We heard it.
We did. I mean, look, when you have John Travolta and Ghost Dog, I forget his name.
Jesus.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
I do, and I'm dumb.
I don't want to look it up. I don't want to look it up. I want to remember it.
I know who it is.
Ghost Dog.
This fucking guy has been in 8 billion movies. A great character in a Star Wars movie, and this guy fucking pulls out Ghost Dog, the urban samurai.
No, Urban Samurai, thank you. That's it. Urban Samurai.
One of the worst movies I have ever seen. And it's so bad that it's hard to love. It's so bad.
Look, the first thing I wanted to say was Lawrence Fishburne, and then I wanted to say the guy from Ghostbusters. But that brings us to a joke we did many, many years ago.
About fucking 10 years ago. Yeah.
That we can't do anymore.
Nope.
But we did do it back then.
We did. And it probably exists and probably get us canceled one day. But
oh, man. We would totally get canceled for that joke. That was a joke. That was a joke that just... Oh, man. It is so non-PC. Oh, man. But it was... I don't know. I got to get... We did it maybe 5 years ago, and I still got a kick out of it.
That is true. That is true.
Ernie Hudson. We call everyone Ernie. That's right. We call him Ernie Hudson. That's right.
The forgotten Ghostbuster.
Forgotten Ghostbuster.
What the fuck were we talking about?
Well, you're talking about the Scientologist being beside us.
Yeah, they were
about Gabe.
Yeah, next to Gabe at his booth, and
yeah,
Battlefield Earth. I forgot all about that movie. Didn't that have John Travolta in it?
That's what I'm saying. It had John Travolta and it had Ghost Dog in it.
Motherfucker. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what threw me off. Ghost Dog. That's what threw me off.
Yeah.
One of the only actors out there that can look in two different directions at the same time. And
don't forget Steve Buscemi.
That's why I said one of. But he is the only actor out there that can look happy and sad at the same time.
Yeah.
Forrest Whitaker. I mean, he's a fine actor. We're just poking fun. But
I just forgot his name.
Ghost Dog. Oh Jesus.
Ghost Dog. Yeah.
I would much rather watch.
I'd
much rather watch Blind Fury.
Oh. Okay. I mean, sure. I'd rather watch Hair when John Travolta plays the mom of the main character, and sings.
Yeah, I was gonna say the fucking musical, long fabulous hair, streaming.
Was it Hair? Where he plays the mom in something. John Travolta plays the mom in, I think it is Hair. John Travolta plays the mom and sings. And it's
Hairspray.
Awful. Hairspray. That's the word. Hairspray, not just hair. Hairspray.
Oh, okay. Because there's a thing called Hair. I think. Pretty sure it's called Hair, and it's got this big. It's a musical. I'm pretty sure it's a damn musical.
About hair.
About hair.
Yes.
Long.
Hairspray's about the 50s.
Long, beautiful hair.
Yeah. There's a whole. Yeah. You are remembering the lyrics properly.
But I can't remember what. Long, beautiful hair, streaming.
Oh yeah, because then they go into this. They do like a
right,
a chord, or not a chord. There's a verse of descriptors.
Right. And I can't. And my fucking brother used to love it as a kid because he had some flowing locks. He had some hair.
Had long, beautiful hair.
Yes, that's the song. That's awesome. That is awesome. Can I work that into anything? I saw lots of hair getting flown around this past week, Francis.
And what is that?
I took my lady to the wrestling.
You took your lady to the wrestling?
The professional wrestling, not the wrestling. No, to the professional wrestling show. It came to Denver. Asked her if she was interested. And it's funny because maybe a month or so ago, she said, "Oh, your hot ass girlfriend drags you to all these shows and events that you probably don't even want to go to." And I was like, "Well, you got a few things not correct on there. The only thing that was correct was the hot ass girlfriend part. I love going to all these things. Like, you know, because the whole thing of dating somebody or whatever adjective you want to put there.
Yeah, dating is the appropriate word. Yes.
Like, you don't, what would be the fun of dating somebody that is a mirror of you? And you just, because, I mean, like, what new shit are two people that are into the same exact shit ever going to experience? Probably not a lot.
I have yet to have ever, in all of my sparse dating experience, I have yet to date someone or be in a relationship with someone whom I did not, who was a mirror image of me. That's never happened.
Right.
So I get where you're coming from. That's weird.
Yeah, right. But there's people that seek those kind of people out, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But
No.
I think relationships of whatever sort, whether they be a friendship between you and I and the adventures that we go on, or a relationship not with you and I.
Yes.
Nothing against it, but you know, you're just not my type.
I understand.
Like there has to be a sense of adventure. There has to be new things. So I think that, you know, with that in mind, she has an open mind to be like, I have absolutely no interest in it, but you do, so I want to check out your interests. And it's not like she was opposed to it. She was totally game. She's like, yeah, if you get tickets for it, let's go. So we go. Actually, pulling up to the place, I took a wrong turn. The place is called the First Bank Center. First Bank is a local bank here in Colorado. Which is cool, I guess, that a local bank had enough of everybody's local money to put their name on a arena. But when I typed it into the GPS, it was taking me to a First Bank that was located near the First Bank Center.
Your local First Bank.
not a local one, because that would have sucked. That would have taken me 10 minutes down the street. But as I got close there, I was like, wait, this is an exit too early. So while we were sitting at the stoplight, I reprogrammed the GPS. I'm like, oh, let's just go down this road here. So as we take this little slight detour, it took us through like townhouses, like a little tiny neighborhood next to the arena we were going to. And as we pull in and driving, I see a group of people kind of standing on the sidewalk, clearly waiting for an Uber or whatnot. As we get closer, I'm like, holy shit. Hey babe, check that out. See the girl sitting down on the street corner here on your side of the car. That's one of the wrestlers you're going to see tonight. So I rolled the window down on the passenger side, and she just immediately, she's like, oh my God, what are you going to do? She gets embarrassed easily. The wrestler's name is Ruby Soho. So I didn't stop, but we were in traffic. So I just, I was just like, hey, Ruby, woo, And, she looked up and, gave me gave me the same sign back up and smiled and everything. And she's just like, oh my God, stop. Like, it's fine. Wait till, because, you know how you get embarrassed when we're in the elevator together and I'm just like, hey man, what's going on? And you're just like, please motherfucker, stop talking to me. It's the same sort of thing.
Just like talking in an elevator.
Well, nobody does, but I hate silence, especially in an elevator.
Yeah. The dreaded elevator.
I'll just turn to somebody and be like, yeah, so I was thinking about laminating my balls.
Anyway, okay, so you embarrassed your girlfriend fully as much as you possibly can.
By just being like, oh look, there's a wrestler there. Okay. So we get into the event. Pretty good seats. I didn't take pictures of shit. Should have, but that will tie into the end of the story. But didn't take any pictures of anything. Kind of. I try not to mansplain anything, but I explain. Kind of. This is why, with no commentators, you're just seeing stuff happen. So I'm trying to fill her in as to why this is happening. And had a great time. She had a blast. Right up until they did 4 long-ass talking segments in a row. even I lost my interest. Because I was just like...
I'm amazed that they're that long.
When it was about a half hour of the show, of a 2-hour show. A half hour was 20 minutes easily, was dedicated to just jibber jabber. And this was a go home show for a pay-per-view, so there was a lot of like story build up and recap that was happening. The actual main event was a talking segment, so we left as soon as I recognized what was happening. I was like, let me see who is coming out here, and then as soon as I see who's coming out here, let's get the fuck out of here. Because, like,
sure,
we're just going to have to sit through another 10-minute talking section before anything happens.
Yeah.
It's not going to be on her list of things. When next time the wrestling comes to town, not going to get her a ticket. Because she experienced it. She's like, it was fun. I see why you enjoy it, but wasn't my thing.
It's cool that you guys have your own hobbies and your own interests that you can kind of do on your own, and that you have stuff that you share in common.
Yeah.
And I hate to say this is going to sound terrible, especially on National Boyfriend Day, but I think boyfriends are more tolerable of their girlfriend's interests than the other way around. I feel like guys will endure their girlfriends, not even endure, they'll just have more interest in kind of the stuff that they're into, just because it's easier versus like a lot of stuff that we may be into. Like, it's a good thing you're not like a big sports fan, because some people, some ladies just can't stand sports, right? So if you were like a big football guy or a hockey guy, that might really turn someone off.
Right.
And look,
right.
I'm not a sports person, so for me, sports or whatever. I mean, I'll watch the Super Bowl and I'll watch the World Series and stuff like that. But many things, not so much. Oh, that's weird. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
An error code came up for a program that I accidentally left on.
Oh.
Like, why are you crashing on me? I'm not even using you. Anyway, so I feel like I'm glad she got the experience at least. Like, I would never do that either.
That's fair.
Like,
I mean, if I was out there and the wrestling was in town at the same time that I was going to be out there, I would be like, Francis, I got you fucking tickets to the wrestling. Let's go.
Yeah, but I'd be look. I guess it'd be different because I'm hanging out with you, and we don't hang out that very often.
Sure.
So I would totally do it because it's us who we don't get to see each other very often in person. I would totally do that because that sounds like something. That's why we even talk about it on here. Like, I don't have an incredible interest in it, but you're very passionate about it, and
I mean,
and it's just fun to talk about.
Going to the wrestling to me would be like going to baseball for some people. Like, some people are really into it and want to soak it all in, and some people go to the baseball to get drunk and hoot and holler. Some people.
I'd also want to. No, go on.
No, some people just go to because it's there.
Yeah.
The levels of enjoyment are relative.
I would want to go see a wrestling match again because the last one I saw was in the 90s. My friend's mom had box seats, so we had these like box seats in this arena. The Rock was the big draw.
Sure.
And it was fun. Like, it was fun in the sense of I had no idea what was going on. I didn't know anyone who was there except for The Rock. And, like, I think The Rock and The Undertaker were, like, the only two people I knew that were there. Right? Because The Undertaker, up until, a couple years ago, refused to quit wrestling.
Yeah.
Despite being, 100 years old. Dude,
right.
Relax.
I mean, there's wrestlers older than him that still lace their boots up, that refuse to sit down, that are in their 70s. So...
Hogan did it into his 60s, didn't he?
Hogan just married somebody half his age.
Yeah, well, he flirts with his daughter's friends, so whatever.
Yeah,
that's his thing.
That is true too.
He's so happy he has a daughter because then he can just flirt with all of his daughter's friends. Yes, that's right, brother. I'm gonna get
that's right, brother. Well, what you gonna do? I don't even want to finish what I was gonna say.
I was mildly worried where you're gonna go with that. I was like, I don't know. I don't know if that's. I don't know if we should go there. I mean, you can.
I'm just gonna stop. Let's checking on the notes here. Talking segments, yeah. Okay, yeah. I made sure I just
had plenty. I was gonna say, she had plenty of topics because we spent a day where we talked about nothing and we just kept going, and then you had like a list of things that we never got to.
Yeah, and they're back here and it doesn't matter anymore. I'm trying to think. You were also talking about, so you're just talking about the footballs. That's a sport thing.
Yes, football. Yeah.
Well, you did. You said like what? It's a good thing you're not a big sports person, like a big football fan or something. But
yeah,
for the football fans that were out there, I did see this past weekend on I guess football is on Sundays. Saturday night, I saw a thing that Disney Plus was going to show a game on Sunday morning because it was going to be from New England, not New England. It was going to be from England, original old England, and coverage started at like 7 a.m. here. So I'm like, okay, why is Disney Plus of all channels gonna put on a football game? Why does Mickey?
Oh yeah.
Why does Mickey care about football? Well, it's because they animated it from Andy's room from Toy Story. So they had a field, like it looked like it was in Andy's room, and there was a football field, a carpet, like a play mat on the ground, and the animated characters on the screen were like a little bit. They were much better than a Wii character, but apparently the NFL put chips in the players' shoulder pads, and they were they were able to track VR style, however many players are on a fucking football field, where their positioning was, what they were doing.
So it's like a video game.
It looked like kind of like a video game. The commentators were animated, and when they were doing this and talking, it was their mouth tracking and hand tracking was there, and I was like, I was more blown away by the technology than I was that I was like, oh, it's football. It made it a little bit more interesting for me to watch since I got up so early with nothing to do. But it's still football, so it's boring as shit. So, but it made it a little bit more interesting. They got some glitches that they needed to work out, like for a few minutes, like the ball, the camera tracked the ball just skidding across the field and ended up in the corner. And then they're just like, so we're having technical difficulties, so we're going to jibber jabber for the next few minutes while the football game's actually happening behind us.
So was it live?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was live.
You can get on the YouTube machine there, and there's a few clips I saw where people have the actual broadcast, which was on ESPN Plus. Which who the fuck has that? ESPN Plus, and then the Disney Plus. They had them, next to or stacked, and you can see like the player tracking is damn accurate. It's not perfect. It's pretty accurate. And I think that
it's kind of cool.
I don't know whose technology is, if it's the NFL's or I imagine because they want to have ownership of everything. But if they could figure out the technology, I think it could be cool. They could do it for other sports and whatnot.
So Guapo asked the question I was just about to ask. What is the point of that? Like, why do it? Like, what was the reason behind animating a football game to Toy Story? Like, are they trying to kind of gain an audience that normally wouldn't watch football? And because it's like Toy Story characters, you get to watch.
I'm gonna say yes, and then the other answer I was gonna give was gonna be it was Disney, is Mickey himself pulling his pants down and being like, "Look at my cock! Look at what I can! Look at how much money I have!
See what I can do."
Yeah.
Okay. because I don't like, look, I think the only live football game I ever watched was an arena football game, and
Jesus
that was just
Christ.
funny. Yeah, I've never seen an actual football game.
Like I understand less of NFL football or arena football rules than I do regular football rules.
The beauty of arena football is it never stopped, right? You just keep going. Like, so there's never like those long moments of waiting for a play to happen or like people just kind of running down clocks. People just moving. Like all they wanted to do was get a ball across the field. That's all they cared about.
It's funny.
So that was entertaining.
When I bring up, when I tell people that I'm not I don't watch football, they're like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "It's slow as hell." Like, what do you? Well, it's like chess. It's like live action chess. And I go, I don't play that either because it's slow and boring.
Right.
I was like, why do they get paid so much money to play an average of 6 seconds every minute? And when you throw that statistic out to hardcore football fans, when they think about what you just said, it fucks people up. They're like, yeah, but, you're right. They only play for 6, but they play really hard for those 6 seconds. Yeah, and they get to rest for 45 seconds. And then they play for 6, and then they sit and they count their billions of dollars.
Guapo has Australian football is where it's at, and I agree. I think Australian football is a little more like rugby.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't that called
It's
rugby?
not rugby.
Oh,
it isn't rugby, but it is a little bit. I think there's similarities.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I look. I don't know.
I like rugby.
It'll probably be different. Like, what's worse? What do you think is more boring, baseball or football?
Oh Jesus. Why don't you just
rank one to the other? You have to rank one to the other.
Put my nuts in a vice. Why don't you?
It's a hybrid.
What is more boring? Football. Yeah. Football is more boring. Why, you ask? There's no sense of danger as a fan in football. That's not totally true. If you're if you're in the Raiders stadium and you're not a Raiders fan, you could get stabbed. But
well,
you could. It's not necessary, but you could. With baseball, not only do you have the chance of getting hit by a ball, and there's less of a chance of it now, but you used to be able to, have a chance of getting hit by a splintered, stabby end of a fucking bat too. If a bat broke and it went flying. Football players are definitely tougher than baseball players. There's a whole George Carlin skit. I'm not even going to attempt to do it. There's a whole Carlin skit on football versus baseball. It is gold. But yeah.
I was curious because I've been, like I said, I've been to 2 professional baseball games, and most of the time you're not really paying attention. Like the purpose of a baseball game is it's a picnic on the stands with your friends. And then every once in a while something happens. You look, you cheer, and then you go back to just talking and eating. And then again, like an hour later, yay, and then football. Which is but then there's the funny thing is there's 2 popular forms of football, which is college and professional. People prefer college because those kids are willing to put themselves in harm's way because they want to make it to the NFL. While once you're in the NFL, you protect yourself at all costs because you're worth $100 million and you try not to get hurt and try not to anything bad to happen to you. So that's why football is popular. And it's also considered, it has beaten baseball as America's pastime. Now football is America's pastime. It should be Australian football, as Guapograms has been educating us on, where he says it's NFL plus rugby, which equals Australian football. And I agree. I love Australians, so I'm with you on that. But I do understand why you hate football. I've never seen a professional football game. I refuse to. At least,
Go ahead.
but at least like in baseball, like I said, it's more hanging out with your friends and like just kind of like it's just a picnic with people in the background doing something.
Like when you're a kid and you're like under 10, right? It's cool to bring the glove. You might catch something. Yeah. Right? My father used to take us to. We had a AAA baseball team here before a professional team.
Oh,
and he used to get tickets every once in a while, and would take us to a game and be like, "Make sure you guys bring your gloves," and then get us tickets behind the cage, like behind home plate, where there's the batting cage and then there's a net, above that. Like it's impossible to catch anything because you're protected.
right.
I think once you're above 10 and you don't wear your hat backwards anymore, you're not allowed to fucking dress up like a baseball player or bring a mitt. Like I don't know how many people are on a baseball team, but you don't need to bring a mitt. They've already chosen their players.
It's the catch the foul ball.
Look, man, a real man will hold a baby and catch the fucking ball with his bare hand.
Did you see that? Did you see that video of the guy who caught the baby and still caught?
No, he didn't catch the baby. He was holding the baby and caught the ball. Yeah.
Well, he caught the ball. He had the baby in one hand.
Yes.
He caught the ball and caught the baby in the one arm. That's the video I saw.
I did see one where he dropped the baby, caught the ball and the baby at the same time, sort of thing. But there was one recently I saw. A guy was sitting there enjoying the game, had the baby in one arm, just kind of moved the baby a little bit, and just like a pimp, just reached out and grabbed it, and he was just smiling, like he catches foul baseballs all the time, holding babies.
See, look at this. Look at Guapo here. I love to cosplay my favorite baseball
Who player. Guapo is your favorite baseball player? That's the question of the night.
O. Jackson.
There's can't tell you that story. Never mind.
Tell me afterwards, though. Tell me off air. I need to hear this story now. Bono's baseball.
Bono's lots of stuff.
So the person is Sergio Romo before he went to Florida. Okay. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, me either. But
I feel like I used to know baseball players just because I think like baseball had a little bit more clout. Now I don't know anyone.
Yeah, look at this, a costume winner.
Wow.
Nice.
In 2012? Jeez.
Time to bring out the award-winning costume design there, Guapo.
I just love that you can just wear a baseball uniform, but like, I win cosplay, even though it's something that like anyone can technically like. It's like, I mean, look, no offense to your skills. I'm sure it was a wonderful costume, Guapo. I'm sure it was great. Like, but there's people who play this professionally who are wearing your cosplay. Versus like if it's a suit of armor or something, you're not gonna have too many people dressed up like aliens or
I just like
elves or something.
I mean, my whole thing about the glove and everything, dressing up. That's just me talking shit.
Well, you had something you hated? We talked. You ranted about something you hated in like a recent episode in the last 5 or 6 episodes. You were
if I can't remember it, then it was probably just some bullshit. I was just
No, you said this was like the second or third time you said it. Like you just happened to mention it again, and as always, we always feel guilty for hating things that everyone else loves, and so we try to backpedal a little bit and be like, oh, it's okay, But I found that like, yeah, you're allowed to hate stuff. I hate a lot of things. You're allowed to hate things. So we shouldn't live in a world where we're afraid to hate things. We hate a lot. We're allowed to hate a lot. Anything we want to hate.
Well, I don't know if I hated the football and the Disney Plus, but I thought the potential was there to have something cool. As long as they don't like. Do you remember when Fox?
I don't see the point.
Do you remember when Fox did they had the NHL contract for a little while, and they animated the puck?
Yes.
And people hated it.
Yeah.
A lot of people hated it. There was a group of people that liked it. But if they didn't get too cheesy with it, it could be cool technology. Yeah. We will wait and see, I guess.
Can I just say one last football thing before we move on?
Yeah.
Okay. So lately, a lot of maybe in the last 5 or 6 years, this song has found some prominence online because kids are discovering Phil Collins' "In the Air Tonight."
Mm-hmm. Well, great reaction videos. If you want,
that's what I'm saying.
That's a great reaction video.
Yeah, there's these two kids who are listening to it. They're usually music reviewers, and their reaction to "In the Air Tonight" is pretty amazing because they love it. Like, they genuinely love the the drum.
I mean, yeah, the Phil haha in that song is iconic.
Yeah, but that was when they were really they perked up, like, oh my god.
But see, I think the most iconic line in that whole song is the very first line. I don't know what it is verbatim, but it's something like, "If I saw
it coming in the air tonight." Oh Lord, that's
the first line of the song, not just like the chorus, but it's something like, "Bitch, if I saw you drowning, I wouldn't help you."
Oh, okay.
Something to that effect. So, it's not bitch, but if I saw you drowning, I wouldn't help.
Yeah, if you told me you were drowning, I would not lend a hand. Yeah, that's so funny.
That is, I mean, to me, yes, the Phil ha 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 in the song, deal with it, is iconic as shit. That is probably one of the most and simple ass drum fill, but iconic as hell. But that, to me, that first line is stone cold.
Well,
like, I want to remember that, so one day when somebody does me dirty, I can just, that could be the thing I say before I walk out the door.
Ooh, I like that. Okay.
Right.
Well, that song is the theme song to Monday Night Football.
Wait, what?
They introduce Monday Night Football with "In the Air Tonight," featuring. Well, it's sung by country singer Chris Stapleton, featuring Snoop Dogg.
404 error. What the fuck?
Isn't that insane as a football song? Like, there's nothing about it that makes me think, oh yeah, football.
The song's about a dude that realized his lady was getting cheated on, or he was getting cheated on by his woman. And
it's not Pina Colada.
No, but I mean, that's what the song is.
Oh, is it really? Okay.
Yeah.
See, even Guapograms is like, what? Yeah, that's the Monday Night Football theme.
That doesn't make... I mean, can we have that chick come back and sing whatever she was singing?
Oh, Carrie Underwood, I think, was the one who sang it.
Yeah, whatever.
Are you ready for some football?
Yeah, that was fine. I don't know what it was when I was a kid. I think fucking John Madden. I almost said John Candy. John Madden just came on the screen and said, "I want to play some football."
Why does some kids get cat and some kids get chrysanthemum? He said that during he was like, really? When spelling, some kids get cat, C-A-T, but then the other kid gets the word chrysanthemum. Why is that?
I'm like vamp for a second.
It's just so John Madden, who is expertly impersonated by Frank Caliendo. If you ever listen to Frank Caliendo, he does a great Madden impersonation. But this was not an impersonation. This was actually John Madden during commentating of a game, where he literally was like asking of whether or not how some kids during a spelling bee get the word cat and others chrysanthemum. And if you go on to, let's see, I'm going on to Twitter because Guapograms is kind enough Sorry, audio people, but you're not going to see this.
I just see the thing showing up on Twitter. Yeah, I just saw the thing because I'm looking at my phone.
But now I got to see. So anyway, I'm still vamping because I think you're looking for something still.
Yeah, I'm looking for something that was said, and I can't find the words that were actually said. But on the pay-per-view of the wrestling show this weekend, one of their ancillary reporter type of people, they were in Seattle, and he said, "I've done this. I can't remember what these things are. I've done this. I've done that. I had my salad tossed. We're in Seattle, and and I went, whoa, hang on a second. Let me rewind that again. Yeah, he definitely said he had his salad tossed. And okay, let me think about that. I've been to Seattle a handful of times. I got to verify with my buddy. He was with me at least twice. Of all the things to do in Seattle, getting my salad tossed was not high on my list. So I really want to find the context as why he threw that out there. If you went to some salad bar,
it could be a literal. There is an actual. Salad tossing is an actual like food thing.
Right. But maybe there was some salad tossing restaurant that we weren't aware of. Maybe that was happening at the Daily Grill that we didn't.
There's a grill place that I went to many ages ago where they go by your table, and if you order a steak, they will mix your salad in front of you, like ingredient by ingredient.
Oh, they'll sure. I was just talking about that today. I was like, I've never seen, because we were talking about somebody said they didn't like sardines, and I was like, oh yeah, do you like Caesar salad?
Olives.
They're like, yeah. And I was like, well, then you like fucking sardines, because guess that's what's in traditional Caesar salad. It's anchovies or sardines. I don't remember which one.
It might be anchovies. All I know is that so tossing a salad at your table was a thing, and then they put the salad on your plate, and it's fantastic. And of course, I love when they do the enflambe desserts, right, where they literally put your table on fire while they're serving you ice cream and cherries or something.
I want to go to one of these hibachi joints, since it's becoming pretty popular, to do the...
Have you not been to a hibachi place?
No, I've been to hibachi a bunch of joints. But this new gimmick at the hibachi joint I've seen on the internet is where they set their hand on fire.
Yes!
And then they put alcohol on whatever they're cooking, or they use the onion train, with the water and the oil that's in there, and they like set the alcohol vapor or the oil vapor on fire, and it like, I want to go to, I want to see that in person.
I don't know if that's a hibachi place, because it's usually done at the table. It's not done at the grill, which is
I've seen it both. So, there's a really cute video out there of a family at a hibachi joint, and the chef flames something up real high, and a little girl at the table just goes, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
And the hibachi chef loses it. He's dying laughing, jumping in place, dying laughing. I mean, it's cute as hell.
Oh, good.
I bet you if you just looked at hibachi, holy shit, it would pop up. I don't have anything else. Oh, we're running out of time here, but because I need to go to bed. But Collecticon is coming up here. Collecticon is a traveling show, Comic-Con, kinda. I mean, it's a collector show, but for lack of a better term, it's a Comic-Con.
It's a convention. Yeah.
I mean, they have celebrity guests there. They have voice actors there and whatnot. Which brings me to bringing this up is that our friend and friend of the show, Veronica Taylor, voice of Ash Ketchum, amongst many other voices, but most famously is Ash Ketchum, is going to be there, and hoping that you get to run into her. I mean, it's going to be weird because Can
you freaking get her on the show?
I would love to, and I hope to talk to her about it. And a reminder, like, hey, you remember you said you were going to do this? But
At
I'm
the
there.
very least, get her to do a drop.
I'm there as a paying customer, so I have to decide if it's worth, throwing the backpack on and throwing the handheld recording gear in there. So we'll see.
She's not local, right?
No, she's your local.
Oh,
she's closer to
she
you.
Tweeted. Yeah.
But it'll be cool to run into Veronica. I'm sure her daughter will be there as well. So it's always great to see her. Rena, I think is her name. Amongst the other people, our other friend Francis is going to be there. Last year, they had a musical guest at Collecticon. It was Vanilla Ice, who I wanted to make friends with, but didn't get the chance.
Wait, is he back again?
He's not back this year, but someone, Francis, who talked shit about some of my equipment at Disneyland. Well, at what the fuck is it called?
Yeah.
Hollywood Square, downtown Disney. After having been just jacked up by Disney security.
We know it.
Yeah. No, we don't know for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But this dude,
I really hope it is, because then you can tell him that story and be like, "Remember when you did this to me?"
But this dude at downtown Disney. Downtown Disney. We were walking through, Francis and I was frustrated because Disney security just shoved fucking Tinkerbell up my ass looking for professional recording equipment. And this guy, he goes, "Hey man, how's that camera floating on your hip like that?" And I said, "It's in a holster, see, and it's by this company." And this guy, this Steve Aoki looking motherfucker, looks up at me and goes, "I fucking hate that company." And then we had this awkward conversation for like the next 3 minutes about nothing.
About the clips. You guys were talking equipment.
Yeah, about the camera equipment. And the whole time, I'm going in my head, this is fucking Steve Aoki. I'm pretty sure this is Steve Aoki. And then I heard Francis's brain from my brain, and Francis was going, "I don't even know who Steve Aoki is, but I'm pretty sure that's it. That's him." And so he's going to be there. I wish I had taken a picture of possible Steve Aoki with my shitty equipment, so then I can like compare.
Can verify.
Yeah. Be like, see, you were talking shit. But yeah, he's the musical performer at this year's Collecticon. I don't know how that's going to work, but whatever.
He'll just keep his hand. He'll throw his hands in the air.
Okay, I got to talk about this. All right, so the lady and I went to a show up at the Red Rocks.
Yes.
4 different DJs. The opening DJ was playing on 4 different decks.
Mm-hmm.
Live mixing. They had a camera set above the tables. You could see his hand moving, making adjustments to the track, finding the correct track. Yeah. It's not on a record, but they're on.
Right. It's all digital. Yeah,
it's all digital, but you still have to look for the track. You have to find the right place in the track, et cetera, et cetera. And I was like, wow, this guy's actually mixing. This is great. Another person played, and they were keyboards, and they were all MIDI controlled. So they were all pre-programmed, dink dink, but he was actually playing 3 different keyboards almost all at the same time. Like if he could have, he probably would have, but playing 2 at the same time while the third one had a MIDI thing that was playing, whatever. Mm-hmm. Then the person that, we were both kind of excited to see because last year they put on a great performance. And I'm not going to throw names around to throw shade and shit. So,
Baz Luhrmann, yeah.
Bette Midler gets up on stage and no, so this person gets up, and again they kept showing the top down view of the tables. And this person didn't mix. They just hit play. And all of their music apparently was basically all timed to the same BPM. beats per minute.
Percent.
Because they made minor adjustments, and there was no mixing. And the whole time, this is why I brought it up. The whole time they were playing Tink Tink, they kept their thumb on the volume up slider on the mixer, as if it was automatically going to go at a lower volume. It doesn't do that.
And I have to push it back up again.
Right, like you would have to. No, it's just wherever you put the slider, that's where it lives until you change it. So this whole time, this person's, they're playing on 2 decks, but they're only playing 1 track. So deck A is playing until the end of the track, and then they would hit play towards the end of that and kind of fade out the first song, right?
Oh, man.
And they put on a performance. They were in front of the decks, rapping, putting Lady Gaga performance. They had dancers. They were dancing with the dancers, all while this track is just playing. And as much as I had a good time because the music is good, I was disappointed because I was like, oh, you're like, it's cool. You're a producer. And I'm sure you know how to DJ, but like it sucks that you're not DJing. And the next person played on.
That's the joke,
right? I guess, right. And then the next person played on sequencers, which was really cool too, and live instruments. But it was a good time. Red Rocks is great. Everybody should go. When you come to Denver, go to a show at Red Rocks. It's a great time. It sucks getting up into the amphitheater, but once you're there, it's awesome.
Last thing I want to say is Guapogram says, speaking of which, Aoki is the heir to Benihana. I don't believe you. If that's true, that's amazing. But I don't. Or is that a joke? I need to know now because that's like. I don't know. Steve, I don't know. This is so weird. But that'd be great if it was.
I mean, if that is, that'd be hilarious. Just because it's like I'm just gonna survive off of all these people making choo-choo trains. I got the hiccups. Choo-choo trains out of onions.
He's right. Okay, so here's what it says. This is IMDb. Steve Aoki was born in 1977. He's the third child of Shizuru Kobayashi and Rocky Aoki. His father was a former wrestler who also founded the restaurant chain Benihana. Oh my God, he is the heir to Benihana. Oh my God.
What was the son
of a former wrestler?
What was his father's name or grandfather?
Rocky Aoki.
Rocky Aoki. There is. Oh no, that's Inoki. Never mind. Aoki and Inoki are not the same.
No.
Ernie Hudson and Forrest Whitaker. Forrest Whitaker are not the same.
Forrest Whitaker. Oh man, that's insane. That's great.
That is crazy. I'm gonna ask him for a fucking discount when I am there on Sunday.
All right.
When I'm there, I'm like, hey man, yeah, you got a discount card? I can take my lady to dinner after this.
Can I get your gold VIP membership so I don't have to pay $100 for a dinner at Benihana? Thanks.
Yeah, right.
You can afford it, Aoki. You're a
exactly.
DJ. Right.
You should buy me dinner for making fun of me 4 years ago.
Buy me dinner. Buy me dinner, Steve Aoki.
All right, let's go home. Francis, you know what to do. Where do people find you on the internets?
Go check out sinceresarcasm.net for stuff, but most importantly, supergeek.com, because that's the show I'll be doing tomorrow, live Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. Just a bunch of fun improv stuff, so check that out. Love you too, Ginger. Glad you're came by.
Yes, loves to everybody. Guapo, thanks for always keeping an ear out there and dropping nuggets of info. I'm going to live off that one all day tomorrow. It's going to be great. You can find everything Points of Interest at POI Podcast. Just look that up because that'll find most of the things. Anyway, you can call, voicemail, text. Maybe we'll get you on the show if my phone is charged up enough. You can do that. Hit up 314-764-7631. It spells out POI Pod 1. Synergy. Email the POI Podcast at gmail.com. It's all going across the top of the screen, but for the audio people, you need to know it too. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube's. It's all POI Podcast. Look it up. If you're going to be any place, look for us. Just walk around with a sign that says POI Podcast. You might run into us.
Three more follows, by the way. Get us to 50. 3 more follows.
3 more people. So like do some triangle, what are they? Pyramid type scheming stuff out there. Get someone.
Oh my God!
What the hell?
Did you see that?
How'd you do that?
I don't know. What did?
How'd you do that?
I don't know.
That is the fucking coolest. You're doing it again. Why can't I do it?
I have no idea. I don't know. That was
is
weird.
the coolest thing. Audio people, Francis is a magician. He is a warlock. He can do divorces and shit. He just made fucking hearts come out of his hands.
Wow. That was
go to our
crazy.
YouTube page and see that. Or actually, don't go to the go to the YouTube page. The music's over. Damn it. Go to the Twitch. Follow us. Because that'd be cool.
I wonder if this works. Let's see. Let's just see.
So you're doing the heart.
Done.
God, that is it your camera? I don't. Why are my hands stupid?
You have to do the heart properly. I don't know. Maybe.
I think it's your camera,
I don't know.
dude.
It's supposed to be
I don't
camera,
know.
Yeah.
What?
I'm making hearts fly all over the place. It's amazing.
That's awesome. All right, we're done. Bye, everybody.
Okay.